We call them our brothers in the community. We call them our martyrs and our heroes.
His actions, without a doubt, delayed, distracted, and ultimately deterred these two individuals from gaining access to the greater areas of the mosque where as many as 140 kids were within 15 feet. All three of our victims did not die in vain.
Tonight, we are learning more about the three men killed in yesterday's shooting at the Islamic Center of San Diego. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Steve Price. We know one was a security guard. Another had been part of the Islamic Center community since the 1980s, and all three were fathers. We have team coverage for you tonight. Our Alex Cheney has been working for you all day, gathering information about exactly what led up to and happened during yesterday's shooting. But first, let's go out to News 8's Shannon Handy, who has more on the three victims. And Shannon, what are you hearing about them tonight?
Well, Steve, these three men were integral parts of the Islamic Center community. Today, not only do we hear more about who they were as people, but how their actions saved lives.
Regardless if you were a Muslim, okay, if you were Christian, if you were Jewish, if you had no faith, he didn't care. He would treat you human to human. He would smile at people he did not know. You could see the happiness and just who he was as a person, just looking at his face.
The daughter of security guard Amin Abdullah described her father as being both welcoming and a protector, explaining how seriously he took his job.
So seriously to the point, sometimes he didn't even want to eat. He wanted to save his food till after he left the job because he was afraid that if he went on his break, something bad would happen.
Even after getting shot, Amin, a father of 8, was still able to alert people inside the building to go into lockdown mode. Amna's sister was one of the teachers inside.
They got the alert. They started going into, emergency activation protocols to go into disaster mode, to lock down the classrooms, to close the lights, to, put all the kids in a corner, make sure everybody's quiet, and then wait for the next steps from there. And thankfully, thank God, the next steps were police actually came to evacuate them instead of the armed suspects who could have potentially came inside, because in that case, they would have been open. They would have been all open range to getting shot.
All three victims were dedicated family men and longtime members of the Islamic Center. Mansour Kaziha ran the store at the mosque and was known as being the leader's right-hand man. Nadir Awad's wife is a teacher at the school. When he heard shots, he ran from his nearby home. Loved ones say it's hard to imagine going back without them there. But if anything good could come from this tragedy, it's to unite in their honor and continue their legacy.
And I hope this moment we can all come together and to be kind to one another.
My community is mourning. My community is keeping our three heroes in their prayers.
And tonight at 6:30, there will be a vigil for those three victims here at Lindbergh Community Park, which is just next to the mosque. Steve?
Without question, they saved a lot of lives. Shannon, thank you. And we have been learning a lot about the circumstances that led up to this shooting and what happened during it. Authorities say the shooters left behind a manifesto with hate messages. News 8's Alex Cheney joins us now live with the details on what we know right now. Alex.
Yes, Steve, the San Diego Police Department gave an update today in their investigation and exactly a timeline on what happened as those two suspects tried to enter the mosque. And the FBI also revealed more into their investigation into those two suspects.
We're going to try to cover many of the developments that we've learned over the last 24 hours.
San Diego Police Chief Scott Wall, along with the FBI and Mayor Gloria, spoke to the media this afternoon and named the three victims. The first is security guard Amin Abdullah, who was the first to confront the suspects outside of the mosque and used his radio to engage the mosque's lockdown protocol while in a gun battle.
And ultimately deterred these two individuals from gaining access to the greater areas of the mosque.
Chief Wall says the lockdown protocol and sound of gunfire allowed everyone in the common areas of the mosque to go into hiding, including school children.
Where as many as 140 kids were within 15 feet
Video from inside shows the two suspects going from room to room in the front area of the mosque. But those rooms had no victims inside.
Some of the video surveillance shows that they're going into areas where thankfully nobody was at.
That's when Wall says the suspects then looked out a window and ran through a door into the parking lot where they found the two other victims, Mansour Kaziha and Nadir Awad, drawing their attention.
And both suspects were able to successfully corner them and kill both of them.
Chief Wall says while the suspects were in the parking lot, they heard the sound of police sirens and fled back to their vehicle, saving countless lives.
Massive response that was seconds away undoubtedly pushed both of the suspects to run back to their vehicle and flee the parking lot.
Police would not release the names of the two suspects, but the FBI did share they are conducting interviews with the suspects' family and friends. Agents recovered 30 guns, a crossbow, and ammunition after conducting 3 search warrants at residences related to the suspects. Agents found religious writing and a manifesto in their car as they tried to establish a motive.
We are dedicating every resource the FBI has to conduct a thorough analysis of that manifesto to try to learn what led to this, but I think also more importantly, how can we stop future attacks?
The FBI also says they have the electronic devices. They've gotten search warrants for those of the two suspects and are investigating the hate speech that they found on those devices. Reporting live, I'm Alex Cheney. Back over to you, Steve.
Yeah, fortunately, so many officers close by, they did get there quickly. Probably saved a lot of lives. Alex, thank you. And we are working for you to get the latest details on the deadly shooting. You can get the latest alerts by downloading our free CBS 8 app on your phone and TV or follow us on social media.